Hi friends and friendly subscribers, welcome back to my channel. This is Inner Hill Tarot, and today we're going to make a special video, how to connect tarot study with Mahayana Buddhism teachings. Next to me is Lama Tondi. He come from Nepal. He is my dear friend, and we met because some school project back in Nepal when it was like a big earthquake coming. Long story short, we haven't met each other for 8 years, and now he came to London, so of course I have to extract the juice out of him. So what I did is like we went inside the Stone Age and we did like a Heart Sutra mantra chanting. So today and that time, because we only have like a limited time inside the Stonehenge in itself, so we also wanted to enjoy Stonehenge in itself, so we just did the Heart Sutra mantra without any explanation, and what is the correlation between Heart Sutra mantra and tarot. So today this video is actually to explain that. So why I'm doing this, because this year, like I said in 2 previous videos with the Buddha meditation, and it's linked. This year is a chariot year number 7, and also in one of the book, I will link everything in the previous book, is linked to the temperance. And the temperance is the way in tarot of the middle path, and in the middle path is also a very essence of Buddhist teaching. So that's why I want to take the angle from Mahayana Buddhism as well. So without further ado, let's start this video. And if you're new to my channel, thank you so much. Please don't forget to subscribe, share and comments if you like this video, and if you always been there and watch my videos, thank you so much guys, and let's do this. So Lama Tondi,
Okay,
how are you?
I'm fine.
Do you enjoy London?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, what is the for Buddha? So what is, you said there's many teachings in Buddhism, especially Mahayana Buddhism, but a lot of them are secret and sacred. But so that's why, like with this video, I would like to know, and hopefully the viewers also get to know more intimately, what is actually Buddhist teaching that is very special and very profound, and not sacred, not secret, but all people could know.
Okay. Hello, all of my friends. Okay, as I'm Buddhism, so I talk a little bit about the Buddhism first. So as we all know that Buddha, right? Buddha. So Buddha, who has enlightened people, and we call God of the peace, right? So he, after he got enlightened, then he teaches so many teaching. Of course, he taught so many Dharma talk. Actually, the Buddhism is not a religion. We should say Buddhism is how to your life, how to carry on your life easy and happiness, and to how to say, to make a comfortable with you and other people, other sentient beings. So in this case, so Buddha talk, normally we used to say that sacredly or unsacredly Buddha talk, but unsacredly we used to say that there is three teaching, the famous, the teachings Buddha talk. One is the first one is the noble truth.
Four Noble Truths.
Four noble truth.
Yeah.
Then second is the emptiness, about the emptiness.
Yeah.
Emptiness. Then third one is the about the four noble truth and the emptiness is the balancing. How to balancing? It means that in a four noble truth, Buddha talk, Buddha concerns about the all the phenomena appear, all the phenomena, which means suffering, case of suffering, then happy, and case of happiness. This all about talk in first noble truth, Buddha talk, but the second talk, Dharma talk, he talk about the emptiness. So people little bit confused that emptiness, right? Emptiness, because the first teaching he talk all appear, right? Even suffering and happiness. How do you receive the happiness? This all the things talk in a first talk, but second talk he talk emptiness. So emptiness, when some people really confuse the what.
Why is it
why?
like there's a suffering, happiness, but then there's
Yeah.
an emptiness? What is
Emptiness,
this, right?
yeah. So
Okay.
that's why the people confuse. So that's why for this confuse, try to make a solve in the third the Dharma talk.
So the third Dharma talk is the middle way
Yeah,
when we conduct life based on the Four Noble Truths.
Yeah.
And so Four Noble Truths we will go deeper later on. Just like, so the third teaching is the middle path. So when to conduct life in a manner of Four Noble Truths, or to understand to do things in a manner of emptiness.
Yeah.
Right?
Of course, the Buddha talk, different talk is mean that based on the capability people, right? So little bit the capable, little bit low capable. I mean first level people, then focus on the first level people. He talk Four Noble Truth.
Okay, so what Lama Chondi means is like whenever we enter Buddhism, we probably already learn other methods of mysticism, or we already have our own spiritual path before that. So based on that, the Buddha teaching has a different level in here. It's not like you better than me or I'm better than you. It's not that, but it's just like Buddhism or the Lama always look at someone who wanted to learn Mahayana Buddhism and then see like what kind of understanding you already have about life. And then normally if they come basically from layman or hoi polloi, if we say it, it's just like, and then suddenly they want to learn Buddhism from the beginning. The Lama or Buddha starting with the knowledge of Four Noble Truths. And the Four Noble Truths is suffering, right?
Yeah,
And
suffering.
first is the suffering, that life is suffering. And the second one is the understand our cause of suffering, right?
Yeah.
And then the third one is what? Happiness?
Yeah, a cessation.
Cessation of
Cessation. Then the case of cessation. I mean the path. I mean the case of the cessation is the path. How to receive the cessation of the happiness. Yeah.
So if I understand it, so the third one is to how to cease your suffering and to find happiness. So that's already an alchemical process in itself. And then the four is
the cessation is the third one.
Yeah.
So cessation is the
cessation of suffering, right?
No. Cessation of happiness.
Okay.
Cessation on suffering. First is the suffering. Then second is the
Cause of
cause
suffering.
of the suffering. Then cessation and part of the cessation.
What is cessation mean?
Cessation means happy, ultimate happy.
Okay.
It's like
Yeah.
Ultimate.
So ultimate happiness. Yeah. And then the fourth one is the path of the ultimate happiness.
Yeah.
So basically, that's what we also call the Theravada Buddha, Theravada Buddhism, or the Hinayana Buddhism. That is like the yellow robe monk. And to me, because I grow up in this environment, also Confucianism, this Theravada Buddhism is always about to concentrate on the mind and always to stabilize your mind. So that's why, like today, about when we're talking about the Four Noble Truths, also Lama Tondi says within the understanding of number one of the suffering, there is another four paths of suffering, right?
Yeah.
There's another four different suffering. So that's why, like, I take the tarot actually, and I already take some cards. If you want to know what they are in entirety, you can see in my Instagram, that is also Inner Heal Tarot. Then you can see the understanding there. But let's start with the first one in the Four Noble Truths, okay? The first one is the Hangman here. The cause of suffering for us today that I want to talk about is the Hangman, which is procrastination. So it's like doing something tomorrow. Which suffering is this?
Doing tomorrow means this the suffering.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. No, actually the suffering have four quality. We talk of four quality.
Yeah, but what is the one that procrastination, just waiting?
This is impermanent.
Okay, not understanding impermanence.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So what kind of suffering not understanding impermanence?
It's called, I think it's called suffering of suffering.
Suffering of suffering.
Suffering, yeah.
What does that mean?
Because we already born in samsara, this is a suffering. So we have a knowledge about the impermanent, that's also suffering. That's the suffering. So we make a suffering of suffering.
Okay. So basically, with the Hangman as our source of suffering here, it's like we don't understand the meaning of impermanence, meaning that we're just like continue to just do it tomorrow because we think that our life is forever. It's like, oh, I'm young, I probably gonna die, but probably in another 10, 20, 30 years. But no, the understanding of impermanence means that you know that your life can end the next minute. It's actually if for some reason an airplane can come crash down right now in on top of us, we never know. But one of the case of suffering that a lot of us used to do, also me, I have a lot of this kind of suffering, is not understanding impermanence and just like laying the task that we need to do right now into tomorrow and tomorrow into tomorrow, and then the next thing we know, 1 month pass by and we're still not doing it. Okay, so and then the cause of this kind of suffering of impermanence is what I took. What is the second one again? The Noble Truth?
For Noble Truth, case of the suffering.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He doesn't need to do that. He can do this, but he wanted to be in our video. So, so this is the cause of the suffering, right?
Yes.
And then like in here is the word peace, and in here we said what you stay focused on will grow, which means in here to me it's like because we don't understand impermanence with the Hangman energy. And then the cause of suffering is like we don't know how to be peaceful, right? Because if we know that something we need to do already, but we're not doing it, in a way that we cannot be peaceful and we cannot grow, because how can you grow? For example, you want to sell something, but you don't make that thing to sell. So that means there is nothing to focus on to grow, right? So is that like that?
Yeah, case of suffering is we used to in our the Dharma how to say Dharma teacher, they already in a textbook so many you can search. So basically we used to see that the case of suffering is ignorance and three poison. We used to see three poison is the one is the anger, desire, and ignorance, right? So these three poison, then all kind of suffering and problem all create from these three poison. So these three poison also create from myself, ourself, selfness.
Yeah.
So the case of suffering is the we make the root one is the selfness, me, mine, right? This one is the case of the suffering we used to say. Because of the me and my, we have this kind of the concept. Then we will have a anger, desire, all come through the selfness.
Yeah. So what is the, if that's so, what is this then, the cause of suffering, that's if you don't focus what you will grow and you cannot have peace? Which kind of cause of suffering is this? Is this like what do you call it? Is this like a which one is this? Is this anger? Is this ignorance? If you're not focused in what you want to grow, it's ignorance, right?
Yeah, ignorance. Yeah.
So ignorance is causing also not understanding of impermanence, right? Okay, I will.
There is so many impermanence practice. We have a compassion practice, right? So we cannot do the properly whatever practice, even the impermanent or compassion, love, all the good quality practice which we really don't know how to practice. That is the ignorance.
Okay.
We call maripa. Maripa means ignorance.
Okay. So the next one, what is the third noble truth? Cessation of what?
Cessation means the ultimate happy.
Yeah. So the ultimate happiness that I draw in here to eliminate the ignorance from not understanding impermanence. So we just like keep waiting to do things like next time, is the understanding of the wealth. Opulence is a state of mind. So in this sense, what is the third noble truth again?
Cessation, right? I just told you cessation. The cessation is the happy, ultimate happy. We can say ultimate happy. Ultimate happy means that which through that you cannot suffer anything, anytime or cannot suffer through this ultimate
understanding.
Happy, understanding.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
let's say if I just mentioned you before, good clothing and jewelry. This is a certain happy, not the ultimate happy, because through this we have so many problem created from from this kind of object, right? So we think that we are very happy when I wear the good clothes and good food and good luxury house. When certain time we feel happy, but it will going to change, right? One day you feel no happy with a luxury house, the same house which you before feel very happy, but someday maybe 1 month later, 1 year later, oh, you feel no good, I want to change another house, right? This luxury house is not a real ultimate happy. Once you receive the cessation of the happiness, then you will never regret from that.
Maybe we don't use the word secession because it can be confusing, because secession means the elimination. So
you can say liberation, yeah, you can say liberate from the suffering.
Okay. So based on that, and based on the third card that I took, but actually the card that came out the other day, the third noble truth that we need to know when we want to understand why we are procrastinating is that in this wealth card, which is, I think this is like a 10 of Pentacles card actually. So basically we need to understand that to realize that procrastination is actually a cause of suffering to us, and to cut that thinking, to cut that habit, is to understand that we are wealthy. Actually, we actually don't need to do anything anymore, but nevertheless, let's just do it, to think that so it's because sometimes like we're procrastinating because maybe we're saying, oh, because I don't have money right now, or I don't have the time, and it's just like it's become like one source of lack, and to cut that is just like to understand that we are actually wealthy already, and we just need to change the mindset. So for example, for me, sometimes when should I buy this book or not, but if I buy this book, then I can do my paper, and that paper will help me further along my study, that I can do work in afterwards. So basically the third card of wealth is just to understand that if we just do things that we need to do now, we actually investing in our future and become our source of wealth.
Yeah.
And then the fourth one, what is the fourth one?
The fourth one is the liberate, right? How to liberate. It's showing the path, how you liberate from all the suffering. Okay. The third one is the path.
I
the
thought
way how you liberate.
The fourth, you mean?
Yeah, fourth.
You just said the third. So
the third one is the liberate.
Yeah.
We just
the liberation.
Liberation.
Okay.
So fourth one is the
path. Yeah.
How to liberate from all the suffering. This is the path.
Okay.
Showing the path.
Okay. So the fourth card that I got is very I think this is the Two of Cups, if I'm not wrong. I'm probably wrong actually. It's either Two of Cups or Four of Wands. I'm confused with this deck because it's both Oracle and Tarot, but I just took the keyword is peace. So basically, yes, with this Four Noble Truths here, let me just make a recap, okay? Because the path, the last card is the path of understanding our procrastination, which is in here is peace, okay? So basically, sometimes when we procrastinating, we already late for something and we just become more harsher to ourselves, like, you stupid, why you not doing it 5 minutes earlier, or why you didn't leave 10 minutes earlier, why you didn't do it last week or something. But last week is already gone, and now you're just even more late for saying bad things to yourself, right? So that's why we need to take the path of peace and be peaceful with ourselves, and just like understand, okay, I procrastinated this thing, but I understand it now, let's just start it now. That kind of thing. Okay, so let me recap in case other people is like confused. So Four Noble Truths is the first teaching of the Buddha Gautama. The first one is the one that highlighted in this tarot deck that I took cards of, is first of all, life is suffering. And the suffering that we highlighted is the suffering of the hangman, which is procrastination for me. And so the second one is the cause of the suffering. And the cause of suffering in here is the, hold on, let me check. Okay, I think I got it wrong. I think I pulled two cards twice. I think I put peace twice. So the last one actually that I want to take was gain. So to gain. Okay, so let me just redo it again. The first one, the cause of suffering today is, for example, is the hangman. Suffering of the hangman is the procrastination. And then the cause of the suffering itself is not understanding the ignorance that we actually already wealthy, and then we just like, we kind of tossing and turning our project because we don't have enough time, we don't have enough money, and then we just keep putting it off, you know, because we don't understand the importance of doing things right now. Okay, that is actually an investment for our future. And then the third one is the liberation from that circle of vicious circle of not understanding impermanence and just what do you call it, just procrastinate, is peace. Actually, it's to just give yourself like, okay, it's okay, just do it now, kind of thing, right? And then like the path to do that, the path to liberation, to peace, is the gain in here, you know. So the gain in here is like to gain peace, to get peace, right? To get understanding peace. Yeah, you just need to forgive yourself whenever you do like suffering of procrastinating, things like that. Okay, so that is the case of Four Noble Truths. There's so many different suffering, but I just highlighted one today. So the second one is the emptiness. What is the emptiness?
Okay. There is so many people confused, right? Empty and emptiness. In Buddhism, we used to say that Tongpa and Tongpa Ni. Tongpa is empty and Tongpa Ni is emptiness. So Tongpa, empty, is like nothing, right? Nothing, like a sky, nothing. Emptiness is not like this. Emptiness is can appear, can touch, can feel anything, but not a solid. Once you analyze, is there really existence or no? If you analyze, then you cannot find anything, right? For example, for me, I'm Chundi, and all the friends used to say I'm the Chundi, right? So if we check, analyze from top of my head to my the leg, where Chundi, analyze anywhere, everywhere, then we cannot find a Chundi. But we used to call Chundi, right? So there is the two level, two understanding level. So the first level is we exit Buddha talk. Just we mentioned about the Four Noble Truth. There is anything exit. There is a happy suffering exit, because of the case of the suffering is the exit, right? Exits.
Not
So
exist.
So similarly like this, happiness also exists because of the case.
The cause of
Cause of the
happiness
happiness
exists as well. Yeah.
so as well. So similarly like this, then Buddha taught all exists in a first teaching, but the second teaching they all no exists, right?
Okay.
Because that level is the emptiness talk level is a little bit high level. One is the relatively talk, one is ultimately talk. So there Buddha whenever talk about the Dharma teaching, he talk through these two level.
Okay.
One is a relatively a talk, and one is the ultimately talk. So once he ultimately talk, then there's a source of the emptiness. Every source of the emptiness. Emptiness means actually all the phenomena are the emptiness, because if you analyze where is the apple and where is the chundi, if you analyze yourself within your body, you cannot find anything, right? But relatively we used to call chundi, apple, house, good, bad, all the things we used to call. But once we ultimately we analyze where is the chundi, then we cannot find anything. That is the emptiness, through my understanding.
Okay. So basically now we're going into the temperance part of the Buddhist teaching. So basically when we understand the Four Noble Truths, what is the cause of our suffering right now, and how can we cut this cause of suffering through, like what I do is like through tarot. Okay, I'm suffering right now from procrastinating. Let's cut it with the peace meditation, or like what am I gaining from this suffering, right? Nothing. So then we go next to the Heart Sutra, or the meaning of emptiness. What is the meaning of emptiness in here is like, with the tarot cards that I put, is a cyan, and the understanding of what is actually limiting our growth. What is limiting our growth, right? That is like the next level after you understanding your Four Noble Truths, your suffering right now, and what can cause you happiness. And so then the next level is like, why am I, for example, if your procrastination nation, like you're a chronic procrastinator, and you already understand what is the cause of your procrastination, maybe because your parents wants you to be perfect all the time, but then you cannot cut this mindset. Like sometimes the mindset, you understand it, but you're still doing it anyway, right? And then like that's what Chandi means by the emptiness, and by the Heart Sutra mantra that we did in Stone Age. It's the mantra chanting to understand the next level, to understand the emptiness of our mind, basically. Because, for example, like back again to procrastination, because your parents probably want you to be perfect all the time. That period is over. It happened when you were a kid, right? And most of the time now you're probably not living with your parents, but then some part of you still become the parents that want you to be very perfect all the time. And that's why you procrastinate. You want to do something in the perfect time, but actually there is never a perfect time. That is what the meaning also with the emptiness. There is no perfect time, there is only now. So with this card, with this science, Tondi is like Lama Tondi say, this is why we need to understand deeper, go to the next level, not just understanding the past, the understanding of the suffering and the happiness itself, but also understand the root of it. And the root of it, for me, understanding it, it's also not very easy, because emptiness can be like, oh, that means I can even more procrastinating. I don't have to do anything because it's empty, right? Emptiness, it doesn't mean anything anyway. But it's not like that as well. We're coming to the earth because we want to do something, because we want to resolve our karma, right? That means that it's not that because we understand that life is emptiness, because we understand emptiness, that means that we don't do anything anymore. It's on the contrary, right? Basically, we have to be even more active, right? Because then we understand ourselves more, and that is the middle path, right? When we understand what to do, doing what, basically. So what the understanding is like, whatever we do, it's not the end product with the emptiness. And then we kind of categorize which things make me more suffer, which things makes me more happy, and which way that I should do, right?
Yeah.
So what is the middle way?
Middle way.
The middle path.
Oh, middle path. Middle path. Middle path. Yeah. Okay. Middle path means the emptiness and emptiness, right? Emptiness and how to say?
The Four Noble
Truth.
Yeah.
So, if we cannot stay in the middle path, then you fall somewhere. Then you cannot reach the enlightened, right? If you only focus on existence, then there is no emptiness practice. You attach with the happy
or suffering.
Of course, you don't attach with the suffering, but
you run away.
You run away. You try to run away, and you try to get the happiness with the attachment.
And it's become
attachment
from ignorance,
then,
right?
Then this already ignorance. So you will never liberate from the suffering, right? If you, let's say, if you fall on emptiness, only the emptiness. Sometimes people doesn't understand emptiness. Then they will think that, oh, all is the emptiness.
Yeah, we just
right?
go become la la land.
La la la. Whatever we can do, we can do.
Yeah.
Right? So if we no understanding about the emptiness properly, then we how to say?
Flip.
Yeah. We how to say? Unbalanced, then fall one side. If you only empty, you think about the empty, all is the empty, then you how to say? You will be make a crazy.
Yeah, and
right?
also I think it's
nothing,
very depressive also.
Everything is nothing.
Yeah.
Like this, then
it's kind of hurting the ego as well, right? Because then it's like, oh yeah, whatever other people will do, it's emptiness anyway. It's like I'm okay, but it's actually not that. You just repressing yourself, like not telling people like, actually I really don't like you say this to me. But because if you're putting too much emptiness practice is like whatever you say, it's good. No, it's not. You still need your ego to, because that is the practice of being a human, right? The balance.
Yeah, Buddha, even the Buddha, right? Buddha, we believe that Buddha is the full understanding of the Four Noble Truth and as well as emptiness.
Yeah.
But he know for each part.
Yeah. Very flexible.
Flexible.
Yeah.
Even there is the emptiness, but relatively there is all
the Four Noble Truths. Exercise as well.
Well.
Okay.
So he understands. So it means the middle part is like this. So middle part is very important for all the practitioners.
Yeah. Okay. So the last card that I pick up, and I swear I didn't like, okay, let's do this one. No, it just came out, and you can check from my Instagram. The middle path is the Hierophant. And what is we calling the Hierophant in tarot? In tarot, the Hierophant is the Buddha. It's the Pope, it's the law. And in here it's telling it's the law of the life. And it's not like in dogmatic way. You can not do it, right? It's up to you. But then you will either you stuck in the cause of suffering, like a cause of happiness, and you just like mingle around here, or you just become like egoless, and then in the end you become crazy. So I'm not trying it to make it too easy like that, but the way that I understand it from what Lama Tondi tell me about basic principle of Mahayana Buddhism, that's connecting with tarot is this understanding. So, and also like to understand the law is actually to understand where is our chariot is going, right? Our direction. If we're flexible but also strong, we understand where we want to go. But when things doesn't happen the way that we want to, we can be flexible. For example, if in front of you there's like a pothole, you just don't go through it, don't you? You go different way, right? It just makes sense. So Buddhism teaching that I think connecting with the tarot for this year is this one. So thank you so much, Lama Tondi, Tasi Dele. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
If you're confused with this video, good. just give us questions in the comments, and I will ask Lama Tondi, or I can also answer myself. And if I also lost in the sauce of confusion, I will definitely ask Lama Tondi. So yeah, I hope this video can be helpful for you, can be helpful for us, and it can benefit your tarot study and also Mahayana Buddhism study even more. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And see you in the next video. Bye.